Welcome to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Hello and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. We have a lot of royal news to cover, so we're just going to dive right into it. So the very first story, of course, is the huge milestone history-making moment of Queen Elizabeth II and her 70 years on the throne on February 6th. So congratulations to Her Majesty the Queen. So Buckingham Palace, in celebration of Queen Elizabeth's historic Platinum Jubilee, has released a brand new portrait of the 95-year-old monarch. Now in this photo you see her very candidly smiling, very natural. It doesn't look posed. And of course we know the royal family really loves to play with their wardrobe and their jewelry and their photographs. There's always a hidden meaning in the photographs, and in this photograph it definitely does not disappoint. So this photo symbolizes Her Majesty the Queen looking very vibrant, looking very happy, looking very healthy, in a beautiful lime green dress that kind of symbolizes spring. She looks very happy, very vibrant. Now, of course, she's sitting at her desk across from the red box, her infamous red box where she receives all of her important documents, kind of doing queen business. To me, this symbolizes, yes, it's been 70 years, I'm on the throne, but it's business as usual. I'm still Her Majesty, I'm still the Queen, and I'm still working and serving my country. Now, Her Majesty the Queen is wearing two diamond ivy leaf clips, which were a 21st birthday gift from the Queen Mother. And on the side table beside the Queen is a photo of her father, King George VI, at Buckingham Palace in 1948. So I love the fact in this historic photo, the Queen pays homage to her mother and her father, as well as her country, by having the red box open. So she's sitting there honoring her father and mother, and of course, doing business as usual. I absolutely love this photograph. I also love the fact she's wearing her wedding ring as kind of a tribute to her husband, Prince Philip. So again, this is a beautiful photo marking a beautiful occasion, but again, there was some beautiful sentimental moments there. Now, the second big news that was also released on February 6th, of course, was the official Platinum Jubilee letter Her Majesty released, where she made it known that she wishes for Prince Charles' wife Camilla, when the time comes, to be known as Queen Consort. She says, "And when in the fullness of my time my son Charles becomes king, I know you will give him and his wife Camilla the same support that you have given me. And it is with my sincere wish that when the time comes, Camilla will be known as Queen Consort as she continues her own loyal service," reads the Queen statement. Now, in return, Prince Charles wrote that he and Camilla are, quote, "deeply conscious of the honor represented by my mother's wish, as we may have sought together to serve and support Her Majesty and the people of our communities. My darling wife has been my own steadfast support throughout." Now, a lot of people, of course, it's very mixed on how people are feeling about Camilla becoming the Queen Consort due to past history. They're kind of saying the evil stepmother to Queen Consort. Now, again, there's a lot of people who are just never going to accept her, and that's totally fine. But I'm a huge Princess Diana fan. I grew up as a child idolizing Princess Diana. But as I've gotten older in life, you kind of look at things a little bit differently. Now, I've gotten to the point where I can't even watch clips of Princess Diana and Charles together because we just know too much about the history. It's no longer the fairy tale. It's no longer a fairy tale to me. I'm sad when I see those clips. Princess Diana looked good on paper. She was the perfect virginal 19-year-old lady from an upper-class family who was suitable to marry a future king. Now, back in 1981, times were different. The royal family was way more traditional. They needed a virginal bride of royal blood. And Princess Diana came from the Spencers. Her father was an earl. She was a lady. She was upper class. They moved in the same circles. So she was the perfect choice because she was a woman without blemish. She did not have a past. People like Meghan Markle in 1981 would never have been allowed to marry into the royal family. It just wasn't done. Back in 1981, they needed to find a royal bride for Charles, and Diana fit the bill. Unfortunately, they just were not suited for one another. One, they were 13 years apart in age. Two, they didn't know each other very well. And three, Charles was looking for a wife. He was looking for a life partner, someone to be there to support him, for someone who could encourage him, someone he can lean on. He needed that kind of maternal instinct of a wife. With Diana, she was looking for a father figure. She was looking for a man to hold her hand, to guide her, to teach her, to nurture her, to baby her and care for her. She came from a broken home where her father and her weren't close. He was a very strict man. She was also a very troubled person who had a lot of her own inner demons, and she was also a child. She was very sheltered. She was 19 years old when she met him. She was 20 when they got married. She had no clue what she was getting into, and nobody helped her. And Charles was very much in his own head. He was too concerned about himself. He was too concerned about his role as a prince. And he was in love with another woman. So I feel all three of them, in a way, were kind of victims of the whole situation. Charles and Camilla were in love. They were not allowed to be together. They were pushed apart. She went off and married someone else. And Charles pined for her, but he did his duty. He married Diana. But again, Diana needed him to nurture her, and he needed a woman to stand by him and support him. And Diana became a superstar and outshone him. And of course, that caused a huge problem. And I have a whole video on the royal relationships. If you want to check that out, we go into a little bit more in depth. But that is why I feel Camilla and Charles are well suited as a couple, because Charles found in Camilla the comfort and support of a wife that he needs as a future king. And so Queen Elizabeth, his mother, recognized how important it was for her to have had a husband like Prince Philip. She needed a strong man who can take his ego down and realize, my wife is the queen, and I will always have to take a step back and support my wife by letting my ego not get in the way of knowing that my wife is the queen. And I am here to support her, beside her and behind her, but never ahead of her. And with Charles, when he was with Diana, Diana was always outshining him, which wasn't her fault. She was just way more popular than him. But with Camilla, Camilla's always standing with him or behind him. She's always there to guide him. And that is what he needs as a future king. So I personally believe the reason why Her Majesty the Queen made this public proclamation was because she was laying the groundwork for the future. And she was letting people know they have my blessing, and Camilla is the right choice for my son and for this country, and we need her. We need her to be there to support him when he becomes king. I want her to get the respect that she deserves and the title of Queen Consort. That is my wish. So in my opinion, that was very, very important because she was laying the groundwork for the future, for her legacy. So when Her Majesty made that proclamation, she was letting people know that this is my wish for my legacy, for my son to have that life partner the way I had with Philip. And I thought that was so poignant and so important and kind of melancholy a little bit because we know that the end is near. Her Majesty is 95 years old. She's looking frail, and in my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be more than a year. I mean, I hate to say that, but after Philip passed away, she just became more frail, in my opinion. And I feel like she's holding on for this year to make it to the 70 years. But she's definitely setting the future, letting people know that Charles will be my successor and his wife will be queen consort. And I think that was a very, very powerful statement to make. And a lot of people are not happy about it, but again, I think it was a wise decision. So the Sussexes out in Montecito have been unusually quiet. So a lot of people are wondering what is going on with the silence of these Sussexes. I believe their silence is speaking volumes. So you ever been around someone who is there for you when things are going really bad, and then the moment things go good for you, they don't congratulate you? They're silent. There are some people in life that just don't want good things for you. They're jealous, they're not happy, they're bitter. There's something really, really strange about the Sussexes and their silence. For people who will go on the Ellen show and squat and drink out of a baby bottle, or go on a Zoom call and tell people to do inner work for yourselves and to go meditate, but you can't congratulate your grandmother for 70 years on the throne as the longest ruling monarch in history. You can't put up a little post on your website. When Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, turned 40, the Sussexes also did not publicly wish her happy birthday. Now, of course, they released a statement, oh, we wished her happy birthday privately. Well, I don't believe that happened either. They're not really on speaking terms with his family. There's also a rumor that, we know that Harry is writing his memoir that's coming out later this fall, that a lot of the storyline is going to be around Charles and Camilla. So he's probably going to be dragging his father and Camilla through the mud. So there's a rumor that Harry is not happy with Her Majesty's revelation that Camilla will be known as the queen consort. Maybe he has mixed emotions about that. We don't know. But again, it is reported that Charles and Harry are not on the best of terms right now, that their relationship is a bit rocky. Then we had Harry suing the Home Office for the security, and a rumor of Charles offering the olive branch and offering for Harry and his family to stay with him and Camilla. So that would solve the security issue, but there hasn't been any word if that's true or if that has been accepted. So that's why a lot of people are kind of scratching their heads like, well, why aren't they saying anything? And then other people were saying, well, they were trying to be respectful and they didn't want to upstage Her Majesty. Congratulating somebody on a huge achievement is not upstaging somebody. It's congratulating. If they were to come out with a photo of Lilibet and say, look at our daughter, that would be trying to upstage. But congratulating your grandmother or paying tribute to her wouldn't be taking away from her. So I'm a little confused why people think that would be called upstaging. I think the silence toward Kate publicly on her birthday, the silence on Her Majesty's 70th year on the throne, and the silence in regards to the Camilla being the queen consort announcement speaks volumes in their relationship status. I think there's a lot going on with that silence. So what do you guys think? Do you think the silence means there's a lot of issues still going on between the Sussexes and the royal family? And do you think Harry and the family will make it over to England for the Platinum Jubilee, because remember, Harry's still trying to sue the Home Office in regards to that security. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all is going to play out. Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you're not subscribed, I hope that you will subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be notified of all of my brand new videos. Please be sure to check me out on the Royal Daily Tea website, as well as all of my other social media accounts. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. Have an awesome and amazing day. Bye, guys.